I need you to do one thing. One thing before the sun sets today. One thing before you wake up tomorrow is I need you to look at the man in the mirror. When you wake up in the morning, when you wake up in your underwear and stare at the visage of the man who is the seed of the offspring of the progenitor and the matriarch of your family. Who is the person that you see? What represents the person that you see? And what do you need to do to make the version of yourself that you see in the mirror proud every day you stand up and do that ritual? There's a lot of factors which bleed into that question that you ask yourself every morning, or what I want you to ask yourself every morning is who is one? Who are the type of people, and what was the type of person that your mom and that your dad were? Were they good, upright, upstanding individuals? You know, did they live every day with virtue, with reason, with kindness, with character, with purpose? Who were their parents? What type of jobs were they doing? What type of work ethic and ritual and culture did they ingrain and entrench into the family life every day? What type of education did you get when you weren't with those tastemakers, your parents? Was it on the block? Was it at school? Was it on the basketball club, on the basketball team? What are the factors environmentally, culturally, genetically that make you the person that you are today? That's this right here, right? And who's the person that you want to be? That's this right here. So there's the place you are right now, which is anywhere in this area, and it's the place that you want to be. Here are the two hardest parts about that equation. First and foremost, there's the place that you begin at, right? For some people, that place is right here. For some people, that place is right here. Why would someone be right here as opposed to right here? Right? What would predispose someone to be at this place as opposed to this place? There's a couple of things, right? Well, remember that family life I told you about, the culture that's ingrained in you, the character, the virtue, the ethic that's instilled in those tastemakers? What if you didn't have a dad at home, right? Or what if your dad was on the street or in jail or selling drugs? What if your dad's 10 feet under? What if you have a mom who, one, isn't in position to provide you with the same lessons that your dad did? And two, your mom's a single mother that needs to do more and take over more responsibilities for you. So now maybe she's working overtime to take care of the things that she needs to do. Maybe your mom isn't the most savory person, right? Maybe she's doing drugs. Maybe her job isn't give her power or resources to take care of you to the best of your abilities. Now, we talk about the hierarchy of needs. You might not have enough food to sustain yourself. You might not have the education, right, and the institutions in place to keep you on the same level, on the same par as these other students who are right here. What if, you have nefarious or bad influences? You live in a bad neighborhood with friends and peers that are trying to steer you on the dark and dreary path. What if you live in a neighborhood that has poor access to resources? You don't have food, you don't have access to water and healthy resources and sustainable, consistent resources to provide that to your family. These are all examples of things. And what if you don't have a medical system or the healthcare or medical infrastructure necessary to keep you healthy and to keep you on the right track? These are all things that would allow someone to be right here and right here, right? So someone that has more as opposed to this person that has less. What does the person that has more really have? You have a father that works for an investment bank. You have a father that is the CEO or the vice president or any level of executive or decision making or resource heavy resources that come with having or being in that position. What does that mean for the father or that other tastemaker or parental figure? And what does that mean for the person, the offspring that lives as an extension of that person? More food, you live in a better neighborhood, better education system, access to better social networks and peer networks that can provide you with other opportunities. You have access to all of these things that this person right here doesn't have, that you have. So who are you when you look in the mirror every morning? who is that person in the mirror? Is that person this person? Is that person this person? And are these people that person? What does it take for these persons, this person in this bucket, to get to being that person? Right? There's some sense of becoming a man and becoming having a warrior mindset, which requires you to overlook the circumstances of your caste system, the system that you were born in, the social conditions that bound you and constrict you and imprison you to that reality. It takes a level of creativity. It takes a level of warrior mindset and bravery to break out of this mold. How to break out of the mold, right? My method and my mindset and my mental model for becoming a peasant to a king, or a peasant to a capitalist, or a peasant to a person that you're proud to look at in the mirror, right? Because we live within this structural system that reinforces these social codes that may not be desirable to abide by or to strive for. Being a capitalist and being a king are two roles within archaic systems that seek to constrict people under them. We want to live in a free system that validates and rewards those who are able to break out of this mold, but at the same time leave resources and leave a support line for people that are in this initial position. So, building good habits. Building good habits. Looking in the mirror. Having clear goals. A clear sense of conscience. A clear sense of purpose. A clear sense, solution-based and value-based mindset, which builds a system of structure to get you from point A to point B. That is what that person needs to get out of that hole. And what I feel empowered to do is find these avenues and ladders for myself so I can teach other people how to create their own ladders, right? How to build their own ladders, how to build their own avenues of success when these social systems or these environmental systems and factors don't lead them to to that fountain, right? So that's what this is all about. And I'm really excited to look within myself and look within my soul to learn more about why people are bounded by the system and how can people find creative ways to break free. Name is Jamal, watching the Kill Die podcast. I'm going to talk more and more about these ideas as I start to think about them. Eventually have some folks on the show that can speak to their experience as well. Deuces.